Sanibona.
Yebo sanibona molweni.
Njani?
Bayaphila nami ngiyaphila.
Gama lami uSiphe.
Gama lami Noma.
Ngidlala isigingci.
Ngidlala poetry according to Usphe.
Yeah, ipiece lesoyenza.
Yeah, simphathele a gift to close off the month of love.
Oh.
Just like two poems. Yeah.
Bengawazi.
Siyazi ukuthi andisenawo ama attention span amade, so
Yeah, let's make this quick.
why am I throwing shade?
Serious man.
Yeah.
This is serious. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going to stop. The demons you inserted inside me through intercourse rise up and my stomach can stand against me every now and then, leading me to black out on all your flaws of mishaps and chaos, elevating me to only a sweet amnesia of the times when you were good as God. Tell me, how do I go from here now, alone? Cause my heart pleads to move on, but memory is an enemy of progress, a deceiver. So tell me, how do I go on from here now? I'm caught up in the web and ties of the sins we beautifully created like art. Me stretched out like an easel, you the great painter behind canvas with the vision and brush. Tell me now, how do I untie myself from these knots of love that didn't live forever? To free myself, I'd have to cut myself in the womb and died like those who slit their wrist. Cause I received you in my womb with all your gods and demons, and now they rise up and stand against me. You are not here anymore. So tell me, how do I move on? Because the heart pleads to be free. In fact, the heart is already free, but the mind takes long to register. How do we free ourselves of all the words we said but did not mean? How do we free ourselves of all the actions we performed in ignorance of the weight they carry? My love, how could we have forgotten that every action is a ritual and it's written in the spiritual world? Now how do I set myself free alone? How do we free ourselves of the words we said in ignorance of the weight they carried? Remember, baby, we whispered into each other's ears that only death will do us apart. Back then, when we were high on the drug of love and orgasm, how is it now to be addicts, suffering the excruciating pains of withdrawal symptoms and an empty low? How is it now? How is it now that I am here, dying alone when we said death would do us apart? And have we forgotten that actions are rituals in the spiritual world and every action is a bond? So now how do I free myself from all these words that I said in ignorance of the weight they carried?
Follow each other's Instagram, baba.
Title it's Olunjoina. It speaks about into bengibuza yona and some of the observations I've been going through. Like ungibuza ukuthi abantu, are they capable of like unconditional love or true love? Pure love, like non-transactional love, yeah, because kathini zamanje ngazi ngingathi kathini zamanje singaphila kwesinye isikhathi, but yeah, ngiyabona ukuthi it seems impossible for Tina as abantu, even if it's just not even romantic relationships, ukuthi sithandane ngendlela that's unconditional and pure. And then I made a comparison to nature where you see a relationship like between the flowers and the bees, and you don't see ukuthi they give to each other but not in the same way, and it works. But humans, they always like counting and calculating, yeah, bro. So that as much as we may think ukuthi as counting and calculating is in the best interest of us, I think sometimes it is isulona uthando between people, yeah, bro. Can people get to a point where they give without actually not wanting to receive anything in return? Yeah, bro. So that was the inspiration and thinking behind it. Yeah. Angikaze ngalubona olunjena. Luvelaphi olunjena? Olunjengelanga lithanda izibali. Olunjengomhlaba uthanda imbewu uyihlumisa. Luvelaphi olunjena? Olunjengembali ithanda inyosi, olunjengamanzi ethanda impande yesihlahla. Luvelaphi olunjena? Olunjengomkhathi uthanda izinkanyezi, uzivumela njalo ukuthi aziqhakaze. Ungaceli ukudunyiswa nokubabazwa ngalokho. Ungabuzi nokuthi mina ngiyodunyiswa nini. Luvelaphi olunjena? Olunjengamakagasi olwandle egijimela ukuqabula izihlabathi zolwandle. Ebuya egijima ephindelela engadikibali, noma izihlabathi zolwandle zingahlina zibukeke zingakugqizi qakala konke lokho. Olunjani kanti lolu ngempela, kanti luvelaphi olunjena? Olungabali izikweletu namacala. Olunjani lolu? Olufana nenyanga ekhanyisa noma ingaphelele, ingalindi ukuthi iyoba ukukhanya mhla yagcwala. Ingalindi ukuthi kuyoze kuphelele kuyona ngaphambi kokuthi ibe ukukhanya. Olunjani kanti lolu? Olufana nomntwana okhubeka manje aphinde axole futhi manje. Lungabali izikweletu namacala. Olungaqhathanisi, olufana noNkulunkulu uqobo lwakhe ethanda izoni emhlabeni. Olunjani ngempela kanti lolu? Luvelaphi olunjena? Olungathengwa esitolo, lungathengwa ngezibali nama-airtime nedatha nangemali yokuza. Luvelaphi kanti lolu olunjena? Angikaze ngalubona kodwa ngiyafisa ukulwazi ngelinye ilanga. Phesheya kwethuna siyolubona sonke. Olunjani kanti lolu? Luvelaphi olunjena? Olufana noNkulunkulu uqobo lwakhe ethanda izoni. Olungathengwa esitolo ngezimali ngama-airtime, idatha nangemali yokuza. Olunjani ngempela kanti lolu? Elingikhumbuza ukuthi nami nginguNkulunkulu emhlabeni lapho abantu sebeyizilwane. elunguthanda noma ngimncinane lungenze ngibe ngukhulu. Olunjani kanti lolu olumahala ha kangaka. Oluthi nje wena ngikuthanda unjani, ngikuthanda unje.
Sometimes.
I'm so serious. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a freestyle.
Okay.
Jay, 2 minutes, 2-minute noodles. Okay, I stopped going to church a long time ago
Okay.
because I had a problem with the fact that God is a man.
Okay. Yeah.
How can God be a man in a country where violence against women is so rife? But then I understand why he has to be a man. Then it explains why he's so ignorant and deaf to our screams and cries. Stop going to church because they said God is a man and I don't really get along with my father, so how do I relate? I stopped going to church because they said that God has a son. They said that God is a son that he's raising with the Holy Spirit. So clearly that son is not going to be raised by a mother that's going to teach him how to take care of women.
Okay.
I stopped going to church because they said that God is a man with a son who gave his life on the cross, that his blood saved us all. But then it's the same God that still made sure that women bleed once every month for 12 months. Why did that son's blood not cover us not having to bleed anymore? It's our blood that fills the streets. It's our blood dirty beds of men who hate us the morning they wake up next to us and tell us to go get morning afters because they want to sweep their sins under the carpet and remain as glorious sons of God, blemishless and sinless, when we bury our dignity in toilets to cover their shame and to cover their lack of responsibility. So I stopped going to church because they said that God is a man and sort of have man issues. See me back in church when they put back the woman in the Holy Trinity.
Okay.
Because then that's when women are going to learn how to pray in their name, not in the name of a man who promises to come back home with money or with bread as a winner when he is a loser.
I guess.
You don't want this one. You don't want it.
No.
Why are you taking a face?
Oh, is that a wrap?
I think it is.
Ciao, Nawe,
Thank you.